why? Oh, why do we choose such extraordinary people as heroes? Heroes with such a puritanical attitude to women. The righteous god Rama of India knew his wife Sita was innocent of the charge of adultery with the demon Ravana. In fact, he said so. The demon Ravana had abducted her against her will. Presumably he raped her, perhaps not. Yet because of the dubious and judicial duties as king, he had her put in a fire before all the people. Miraculously she survived, thus proving her innocence according to their ideas. But later, after she had retired rather understandably to a jungle, he desired to reinstate their 2 sons as heirs. But to satisfy protocol, Sita had to be burnt all over again. To try and burn your wife once and fail looks like carelessness. To fail a second time savours of incompetence. Sita survived. She emerged safely from the waves, accompanied by the fire god Agni. She stamped off in a rage, and as she stamped on the ground, she returned to her mother, Prithvi, the earth, the goddess. Now, this is all Mars, isn't it? Dearer to men than women, or children, or love is honor, heroism, and this all comes under the aegis of Mars, the god, who is also god of agriculture and effort, and presumably of the Olympic Games. Then there is our European hero, Arthur, who, for some inexplicable reason, is hoped to make a dramatic return after having been dead for about 1,500 years. Arthur. Why? He lost his last battle, that looks like incompetence, and also failed to burn his wife, Guinevere. It was possibly a little unfair that he should condemn her for adultery with Sir Lancelot, when his own son, some call illegitimate, Mordred, suddenly turned up as his son, and there was no legal wife to appear. However, there was a happy ending. Sir Lancelot galloped bravely into the arena amidst the interested spectators and rescued Guinevere from the flames. But she had to end up in a convent, praying for her soul, and all the knights in pro or anti-Lancelot, including poor old Mordred, got killed. I can't really blame Mordred. I know he's always a villain. He turned up to claim his rights as Arthur's son. It was highly dubious about any son Guinevere might produce. All except the virtuous King Arthur, who is deemed to lie in stasis, still alive, in the Isle of Avalon, guarded by 3 queens. Here you have our Fisher King, who lay in a half, or was meant to lie in a half moribund state, surrounded by a wasteland of Puritanism. Why do we want Arthur back? I did have one psychic experience about the return of the king. A wicked clairvoyant described Arthur as in a deep coma and refused to wake him up because of the infidelity of his wife. Or rather, Arthur himself was absolutely resolutely determined to remain in stasis, sulking because of Guinevere. I was angry and said, "Tell your king he's suffering from self-pity." This annoyed the clairvoyant very much. He said, "I am the servant of the king." And he retorted grandly, "I shall convey no such message to the king." There we were, victim stasis. That night I had a vision. Arthur appeared. He was very tall. Well, he really was tall, well over 6 foot, and looked like Henri de Navarre, whom I had once seen in vision absolutely clearly. He was the epitome of good nature. His hair was golden, and he had thick black eyebrows and laughing blue eyes, set deeply, and he had aquiline features one often sees in the Scottish Highlands, with a ridged nose and a bump at the back of the head, that and a high brow. He was laughing heartily, showing strong white teeth. Again, he was just like Henry IV of France, the same laugh. Weirdly enough, king of a lot of Protestant, very, very puritanical Protestants. Arthur was awake. Then my vision switched to an outside scene from my window. Arthur was walking down the long tree-lined avenue, a quarter of a mile, and out into the world. He was holding the hand of my small niece, Lucy. She was a very intellectual little girl who went and read the whole history books when she was 8. Now, I think I see the symbolism. The Piscean Fisher King of the wasteland is being alchemically reborn. He will stop burning, beating, beheading, or stoning recalcitrant wives. He is being brought into the new age of Aquarius, the power of Venus over Mars, by the spiritual truthfulness of a young girl.